guys. Here I give my prediction for tomorrow's matchup between Terence Bud Crawford and David Avaneysan, which is taking place at the Child Health Center in Omaha, Nebraska, the hometown of Terence Crawford. This fight is for 12 rounds, 147 pounds for Terence Crawford's WBO World Championship title at welterweight. Uh, Nobody was really expecting this fight. None of us saw it coming. A lot of people was upset about it. At first, I was like, okay, why the hell is he fighting David Avaneysan? Why he should be fighting Boots? And hey, listen, I still hold that belief. I still believe he should have been fighting. He should, and that's my guy, Bud. But I wanted him to defend the title against somebody of significance, man, like a Gerard Ennis or Virgil Ortiz. I definitely wanted to see one of those. You get to see how good Terence Crawford really is against those dudes right there, especially against Boots. David Avaneysan, I think he's a step down. Obviously, the rankings is rankings for a reason, and in my opinion, for the most part, it gives you an indicator on how good a boxer is, man. And Avaneysan is, I think he's at rank number, I think he was 6 or 7. I got to go back and look at the WBO rankings. But nonetheless, he's still an okay fighter. He's a decent fighter. A little tricky sometimes, a little awkward. His rhythm is a little awkward as well too. Decent power, not a real big heavy puncher like that. But let me get into the stats between the two guys here, man. Let's get into Terence Crawford stats, man. We got Terence Crawford, man. He's at 38 wins, no losses, 29 wins by way of knockout, with a 76% knockout ratio. 35 years old, 5'8" with a 74-inch arm reach. He is also a switch hitter, so he can fight orthodox and he can also fight in southpaw stance. And let's talk about David Avaneysan. He's at 29 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw, 17 wins by knockout, 1 loss by knockout. That loss by knockout came by the hands of a Mean Machine, Aegis Kavalauskas, who also is a common opponent with Terence Crawford. And we know Bud knocked him out when they fought. So David Avaneysan he has a 51% KO ratio. He is 34 years old, 5'8" with a 68.5-inch arm reach. So he's a little younger than Terence Crawford, same height, and he has the disadvantage in the reach department. All right. So yeah, he's coming off of 6 straight knockouts against pretty much nobody that we really heard of besides Josh Kelly. That was the most notable out of those 6 was Josh Kelly. He lost to Kavalauskas in 2018. That's when he was knocked out. And his other loss came at the hand of Lamont Peterson in 2017. And he lost early in his career to a guy named Andrei Klimov way back in 2009. So that is the record of David Avaneysan. He's not pillow fist, but he's not the hardest puncher either. He's one of those guys that has like moderate punching power. He shouldn't really be a power threat to Terence Crawford, but anything's possible is boxing. Anything can happen, So as far as skill wise, man, I just don't see what he got that he can really bring to Terence Crawford, man. I just don't see it, man. Unless he catch it with something that Bud don't see coming, I can't see it. I see this fight ended in a knockout. I can't call exactly when. I would say early, man. I would get this an early stoppage, man. I would say earlier than Kell Brook. I would have to say maybe 3. I'll go round 3, the latest round 8, man. So I have to give this 2 different rounds for a knockout because I just don't know. But I know this fight is not going the distance. Can he hurt Bud? Absolutely. But you got to catch somebody with something to really hurt him. And Bud is just he's too skilled for this cat, man. You know what I'm saying? It's levels to this shit, bro. It's levels to this. And I think Bud gonna make this look like a tune-up. And by no means, David Avaneysan, you can't overlook your opponent. But in some instances, man, you just gotta ask yourself, oh damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's one of these cats that Terence Crawford should smoke this dude. Now, I've seen videos already on other channels say that this could this be an upset for Terence Crawford? And you gotta always say it. You always gotta think that, because when you don't make these big fights, man, when you don't make these big fights, things happen like this, man. You saw what happened with Anthony Joshua. You saw what happened to Deontay Wilder. So it can't be some kind of fantasy thought that this can't happen to Terence Crawford, because it could. Absolutely. Same thing with Errol Spence. He could go in there and fight Keith Thurman and get knocked out. The Terence Crawford and Errol Spence fight is done. It's gone. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty much poof if that happens to either one of these dudes. If either one of these dudes lose their next fights before fighting each other, you can pretty much scrap the Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford fight. All right, so but this fight, I think Terence Crawford should be fine. The guy's awkward. He throws punches from weird angles. That's just stuff that you got to watch out for. But the way he fight, I see all kind of openings and holes in his shit. I'm like, nah, there's no way this dude is gonna last in there with Bud fighting like that. He's not a boxer like that. He's not like a pure boxer where he can avoid Terence Crawford. He's gonna probably want to stay there in the pocket with Bud. He's gonna get hurt. That's what's gonna happen. And I got more than likely that he probably gonna get stopped to the body. Probably a body shot. It's gonna stop him late. I would say early 3, late 8. So that is my prediction for this fight. My prediction is Terence Crawford by knockout. First round, I believe, realistically speaking, round 3. I'm giving this a round 3 realistically. But if David Avaneysan decides to be like a tough bull in there, I give it. He's only gonna last to round 8. But I call this Terence Crawford 3rd round knockout. This is Rebel Life Boxing. Hope y'all enjoyed the prediction. I'll catch y'all later on the next one, and I'm out. Peace.